Yo, I just wanted to take a look at this really quick. So, Stefanie Joosten, who's someone I've previously said is being used in an antagonistic fashion to make me uncomfortable and silently bother me, um, but use image to communicate things. And like I've received in the past um, tweets at me that are using her imagery, right? And even I think this is even supposed to imply some Christian imagery there. Um, and you can see what it says. Attention, the one who calls himself Yo. Beware, cease your current intensification. We, in quotes, will continue to intensify. The word must cease. Sexuality increased. Proverbs 20:12. Um, and you can see that's from 2018. And I had been saying in 2018, like, hey, this person's being used in a really antagonistic fashion, um, specifically to mess with my mental health, I think, in like a honey trap, honey pot type thing, like a internet almost like a VR type one. It's like a video game kind of. But, the idea is that she's like used as something to be attracted to and then is just like the exact opposite of that and then uses that to like mess with your mental health, right? And as a character, as an idea, and the idea is that like she's specifically being used to mess with me. Well, fast forward to today, and she posted this on her Instagram story. And I feel like this is the kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, well, it seems pretty obvious to me that the point is still to antagonize me. And I wasn't able to articulate this well when it originally happened, and I'm going through all sorts of other stuff too, but I feel like this one's really it's like just too on the nose, so I at least let me use it to like prove my point that this is going on. Or at least it's I think valid evidence, right? And so okay, what is this? Well, it's some kind of movie or something. Let's look at it because I even think that there's this idea because that's why I went over this message, and we'll get back to that in a second. I don't want this to go too long, but I do want to like explain a little bit. And this really caused problems in 2018. Um, it basically since then people have questioned my mental health, and I think the point is to be really subtle, but that it's like it is happening. So okay, actually, that's a YouTube. We can go to YouTube.
I know.
I didn't even watch this, so this is we'll see this in actually let's watch this.
You're afraid of death, aren't you? Don't worry. I am the order, the truth, justice, and harmony.
Mr. Lamb, in the name of the Stable States Police, open the door.
Get the fuck out of here!
It's an order. You must leave the country right now. Last warning, Mr. Lamb. If you don't leave this room now, we'll break down the door.
This is unfair. I'm innocent. You can't do this to me. Leave me alone, you damn bastards.
Your only way out is this door, Lamb. Cooperate, please.
You have a new text message from Sashat. It says,
Lamb, that's enough.
"Do you want everyone to know why you escaped?" You have a new text message from Sashat. It says, "You stole from your best friend Jordan, tore apart a family. You're an unscrupulous swindler."
Lamb, that's enough. I'm giving you until the count of 3 to open the fucking door and come the fuck out.
You have a new text message from Sashat. It says,
1,
"I know your secret, Jordan.
2.
Is your choice."
Okay. I watched that for the first time right there too. I guess it gives a little more context, but let's still watch the thing. Wow. Yeah.
MAAT, featuring special guest. Hallerjack releases trailer for his debut series MAAT, featuring special guest Stefanie Joosten. Chilean musician and writer Hallerjack has unveiled the trailer for his upcoming series, MAAT, scheduled for release in 2024.
This was even a thing in 2018 that I was saying, like, hey, this lady is specifically being used to antagonize me and, like, yeah, just mess with me and cause, I guess, mental health stuff. Like, I mean, it's not good for your mental health to, I think, have to deal with someone who's, like, clearly trying to mess with you. And then when I say it's happening, and I say how it affected me, and it was, like, obviously not well, that, like, I can be questioned as far as my competence is concerned now, even if I'm 100% correct, like, that this was happening, and still obviously is happening. The whole point is that it's subtle, right? But it's plausibly deniable. But, you know, at the same time, it's pretty on the nose, right? Like, I don't, what, what more can I say? But okay.
With a special appearance, Hallerjack
Oh, hold on. This is the thing. We'll watch this.
is MAAT, featuring special guest Stefanie Joosten. Chilean musician and writer Hallerjack has unveiled the trailer for his upcoming series, MAAT, scheduled for release in 2024, with a special appearance by Stefanie Joosten. The story revolves around the mysterious character, Sashat, a cyber terrorist who extorts people worldwide through the internet.
Okay, now remember the character in the movie that we just saw is Lamb, right? And this message even seems to be like associating me with uh, this character. But even in my story and pictures that I've talked about in previous videos, that is like something that I've recently even uh, tagged. But Mr. Lamb, right? Lion the Lamb, right? Okay, conceptually. Um, but I guess even this is like the idea is that there's someone on the other side of the internet like messing with this character, and like the police are bothering the character, right? It seems like you don't really know what's going on, but obviously if it's about a cyber terrorist, and I'm assuming the whole point is that, as I've explained, it's like I think uh Stefanie Joosten's a part of that. Oh, well, okay, here, let's finish this and I'll just.
Urging them to commit suicide or acts of
So, urging them to commit suicide or acts of terrorism against a dystopian society. Obviously, this is a thing where people are trying to affect someone's mental health, like someone on the other side of the internet. That's exactly what the whole point of this Stefanie Joosten character is, and that I've been trying to explain that that's what this is for quite a while. And like, um, I just, at this point, it's like, it seems really on the nose. I mean, it's not even like, and I think partially that's because nothing has happened. The only thing that actually happened was that I had my mental health questioned. I got sent to like a mental health uh, place here in Houston, and when I was explaining it to them, they can't even get it as well as the person who like sent this message. So, like hypothetically, this is a troll. Even then, the idea that this she is like using her image actually is like uh I mean, it's very bothersome and taxing and unnecessarily like draining. And it reminds me of like when I play Counter-Strike and someone's on my team is like tilting me and I can't focus as well and play as well and perform as well. That's what I think this is supposed to do to me. Like I think that was the point of this, and this is just representative of like something even more. And as this seems to suggest here, right? As well as the art that now is like so obvious, it's like very on the nose at this point that it's like urging them to commit suicide, like it's trying to hurt. This was the whole point of this thing, was to try to hurt me, and I responded with anger previously, but now I'm just trying to articulate like in any instance it's wrong. I don't think that this should be um, something that I should have to deal with, and like uh, you know urging them to commit acts of terror against a dystopian society, like uh,
Of terrorism against a dystopian society. The series adopts a unique format, seamlessly transitioning between dramatized comic book style vignettes, reminiscent of the cinematic style seen in the video game Max Payne, and traditional cinematic sequences.
rest in peace to the Max Payne guy.
Among the highlights of the cast
Okay, and the other on the nose part is the among the highlights of the cast is the
is the international
international.
participation of Stefanie Joosten, renowned
Um, I feel like an AI made this. Like I feel like this is like an AI made video, but or at least AI assisted. Um, Obviously the voice and stuff, but even more than that. But the idea is that renowned for her portrayal of Quiet in Hideo Kojima's video game. I'll say this first of all: go watch the Lightning Lab videos, and whenever I bring up Hideo Kojima, look at what happens to the sky during the storm. But uh, this it's usually pretty crazy. Because I think there's something up with what I'm saying here, whereas like she is her image here. This character is called Venom Snake, and he goes by Ahab, and Ahab's partner in like biblical stuff, which this seems to be even referencing like with Mr. Lamb and stuff like that. And obviously with this message, like the word and the one who calls himself Yo and the word. I mean, even if I go here, the one who calls himself Yo, it's like well that's Yo. I mean that's me. Even back in the day, that's what my um like if we pull this up here, uh yo 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 yo. That's my name is Yoda, and my my family calls me Yo. And so I mean, I think that I guess like do I call myself Yo? Yeah. I mean, uh yeah, but I believe also like my family calls me Yo. Um so I mean, because I can see that that's what's happened. Um but okay. And then like the word, right? Okay. Well, I think this is because of the I've talked about this before, right? So, or previously with Stefanie Joosten, but Revelation is the last book of the Bible, and there's this thing here that's like, because it's like it even feels like the video. The character's name is Mr. Lamb, and like, recently in my story and pictures, like I could, I haven't even seen this, but uh, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, um, the lamb, a lamb that seemed to have been sacrificed, right? But I've said previously here in Revelation, this seven churches thing is like in the book of Revelation, chapters 2 and 3, the seven churches are if then conditional statements that if you do them, you get the thing. It's a lot like the sword and the stone. If you can pull the sword out of the stone, you can be king, right? Okay, that's what this is. It literally even ends with like, I'll grant you to sit with me on my throne, and you have the name Yahweh written on you and stuff, or Yahuwah, or Yah, or Yo, whatever. You know, it's like the name of the God of Israel. You get it? That's Jesus's name. He says he has a fresh new name. That's his name. I mean, uh, and so, but then he's also this like person, whoever's giving this message to the seven churches is also this person in Revelation 19. Okay, and the Word of God, right? Known by the name he is known by the name the Word of God, right? So that's what this is referencing. The word must cease, like, you know, the one who calls himself Yo. I mean, even here, if you look at it, it's like, the name written on him was known only to himself, right? And part of that is even that, speaking of the sword and the stone, part of that is that there's a sword, I mean, a stone here, right? And it's even the one with literally where, here's the one who has the sharp sword double edged. Uh, I mean, it's like the white stone, also as opposed maybe to the black stone, the one that you go around a bunch of times and then you kiss it and it forgives your sins. But this is the white stone, which is the stone that the builders refused, and it has a new name written on it. Okay, well, the only other thing that has a new name, as well as that has the iron rod, which is what you get at this. Uh, if you conquer at this church, so it's like seven churches, you get gifts, or and uh, if you overcome or are victorious over something, and then uh, all the gifts that you seem to get are the things that this dude has, right? And then he's even saying at the seventh church, like, I'll grant you to come sit with me on my throne. I mean, it just seems like really, uh, like, I feel like no one's ever said it to me like that. And when I first learned it, it's like, oh, that makes so much more sense than anything else that I've ever heard about it. And it does have characters that like seemingly use, uh, like, there's literally a Jezebel character in it, and that's what I'm getting at with this. That she's renowned for her portrayal of Quiet in Hideo Kojima's video game, where she plays the quiet partner of Ahab. Who Ahab is there's um, a famous king in the Old Testament named Ahab, a king of Israel, and his wife is named Jezebel, right? And Jezebel is like a wicked prophetess who's like not she's a wicked queen who like empowers the prophets of a different deity against Yahweh or Yahuwah, right? The God of Israel, right? You get it? Jesus' father. Okay. Now that you get what I'm saying here, yo, like I think the whole point is that like she represents some character, that she represents that, or that personally I believe that she is the maybe this a trap for the Israelites so that they commit adultery by eating food sacrificed to idols. And then at the fourth church, there's the uh, Jezebel, who claims to be a prophetess, and by her teaching, she is luring my servants away to commit the adultery of eating food that has been sacrificed to idols. Okay, throughout the Proverbs and Song of Psalms and Old Testament, you can find that eating food and drinking water at times is a sexual euphemism. And I think with this, it's really obvious because it's also linking adultery to it, and like that wouldn't make sense otherwise. Um, and it's food sacrificed to idols. I think that the whole point is they're like sexual traps. Seems about that to me. And that whatever this group is, okay, so this is what I'm saying. Whatever this we will continue to intensify is, that I think that this is like that like this part where it's urging them to commit suicide or acts of terrorism against whatever, that there's this person or this thing, right? Something adversarial, or in Hebrew that would be the word satan or Satan, something adversarial that's like supernaturally, or some kind of, has some kind of authority, like it could even be like some kind of high level governmental authority or something, but it's able to do something that it's things that I think other people can't do. And
Found for her portrayal of Quiet in Hideo Kojima's video game Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. The soundtrack is in the hands of the experienced Chilean composer.
okay, so and like, I think the whole point is to use her to like frazzle me. Maybe that's like, is that a good word? You can go to my some of my Counter Strike games. It's like, you can. It's possible, especially when I'm trying to focus on something. And like, I guess I'm trying to focus on reality and to know even just the idea that, hey, there's like some person or group of people that is specifically like trying to antagonize me, maybe even just for the lulz, is like for my mental health, right? I think it's really uncomfortable. And like I've been talking about this for a while, nobody seems to care. And then like uh, I don't know, I'm like at a certain point I feel like the right thing, just saying the right thing is like it like will shine through, right? And I think that the idea here is just that like I don't like at some point this is just like um annoying, right? I mean, problematic. I don't think that it's okay. Um, yeah. So, um, I'm gonna end this here because I don't know how long this is anyway. 23 minutes. That's actually not insanely long. But yeah, I just don't appreciate it, honestly. But at the same time, kind of, because like this was so on the nose that I feel like it's me like showing my family this. Like I literally just sent my dad that message, the one that is like the that what is it? Attention, yo, Matt, yeah, uh, yeah. And I mean, look, they obviously like if I'm sending from this account and you go back to 2018, right? And like you could even watch old videos that I've put up, but I think again the whole point is just to create this thing that's like problematic. And oh, and here it's like the Nicolations, right? I think it's the victory over the people. think it's just some people with a bunch of money, or some people doing it for the lulz. They got more resources than they need. In any instance, those people are putting their creative energies into it, like a lot of creative energies, which is odd. I mean, if it's somehow accidental, I don't believe it would be, obviously. Um, so yeah, I sent that on Friday. So that would have been the 15th of 2023, December 15th, 2023. So I don't really have anything else to add to this. I mean, it's bothersome, and I definitely think that I've gone through some stuff because of this, like, knock-on effect, you know what I mean, from how troublesome it has been. And I don't think she's the only one. Like, I think she's just maybe the third church thing. And I've talked about this before. I think it's like I'm watching the. You can even see it on here. I was just watching this and it changed colors. Oh, it's about to do it again. Yeah, it was just distracting. Obviously, it's distracting. This is the volcanic activity. I might have talked about this before. Yeah. But right after she posted, actually, interestingly enough, this happened. So anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. But this was like maybe, hopefully, my cousin will watch this. Alex, if you watch this and you get this all the way through, I mean, come on, please say something. Like, this is like it's too on the nose at this point, and like it it like makes me question, like, you know what I mean, like, how can I question, ah, I question just everybody, because I'm like, I feel like it's so obvious to me. So it must be that other people are trying to mess with me, right, or something like that, because there's no, like, how is this not being addressed in some kind of meaningful way? Like, um I just don't, I think it's really unhealthy for the mental health, like, for my mental health. And like, I think it's such a bad precedent. Honestly, I don't think you should go around doing that. But mostly, it just seems like people are playing the silent treatment on me, or like not engaging me in any meaningful way. And so I just kind of, I try to be artistic about trying to communicate points and be like a, an effective communicator. Like, hopefully this, I make sense of this, as far as like getting frazzled, and just go watch some of the Counter Strike games. It's you can definitely see that, it can be, that can be a real thing to like um, do it, especially when the whole point was she was supposed to be like, she comes off as this idea of like a teammate. You know what I mean? She looks friendly and stuff, and ends up being not. And that's the same. I've suggested this with other people. Is that the same with you know anybody else that I've made these claim, like, that I believe is doing this, participating in something like this? It seems, I feel like, I've said this before. Alessandra Ambrosio. Um, I mean, I like definitely believe something is going on there, right? And like, at some point, I feel like it's reasonable. Like, hey, like, can someone engage this? It just would be the right thing to do. But people don't do that these days. So anyway, I'm out of here. We're about to be 30 minutes, so hope you enjoyed and have a blessed one. And I might post this, so yeah, probably gonna do that. Yeah. Okay. Well, have a blessed one. Catch you later. Yeah.